So it seems as though we have yet another leak for the next upcoming Nintendo console, which we still don't know what it is, but it's sounding more and more like a pretty close sequel to the Nintendo Switch. And this one's actually from a pretty credible source. This one's coming from VGC Video Games Chronicle, which is very interesting. And this is regarding the release date, which is a lot sooner than most people thought, but right about the time frame that I've honestly been mentioning for the past like 2 or 3 years now. So if you've been paying attention, you probably already know what that is. But let me throw it up on screen just a second. If you guys do enjoy this one though, be sure to leave a like, really helps with the channel. We do a variety of Nintendo-based content here on this channel. So if you guys do enjoy Nintendo, then you're already in the right place. All right, let's go ahead and not waste any time. Throw it straight on the screen, coming right from the VGC's report. They said, according to multiple people with knowledge of Nintendo's next-gen console. So again, this is coming from multiple sources that is telling VGC this. The company is likely to release the new hardware during the second half of 2024. So again, I've been saying 2024 is probably going to be the most likely date. Some people thought as late as 2025. Some people thought as early as 2023. And that is to ensure that it has ample stock available on day one and to avoid the kind of shortages seen with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. So maybe it would have been a little bit sooner otherwise, I guess. I'm not sure. Although specific details of the console are being kept closely guarded, those VGC spoke to indicated that the next console would be able to be used in portable mode similar to the Nintendo Switch. So apparently whatever it is, again, sounds a lot more similar to a sequel to the Switch. Is it going to be like a very close similar thing? I don't think so. I think it's still going to be, different enough. Think about like the Wii U gamepad over to the Nintendo Switch, right? There was quite a difference. Obviously, the Wii U gamepad wasn't portable, but you get the idea. Two sources VGC spoke to suggested that the console could launch with an LCD screen instead of the more premium OLED in order to bring down costs, which I could see that making sense as well. Nintendo would probably do that and maybe make an OLED version again later down the road. That would be a little bit more expensive. Who knows? Especially considering the increased storage needed for higher fidelity games. The current Switch, they said, comes with 32 gigs, while many current gen PlayStation and Xbox games are over 100 gigs. So it'd be interesting to, see what are they going to do with this next Nintendo console. It is worth noting though, they said like the predecessor, the new Nintendo console will also accept physical games via a cartridge slot. So you got to keep in mind cartridges, it's a little bit easier to get information on a cartridge, from what I understand, than on any other kind of format. So they can kind of compress a little bit easier and whatnot. I don't know. So maybe they can make do with that. They said other details, such as backwards compatibility, potentially things like that, remains unclear. Nintendo did say that it wants to convert as many of the Switch's 100 million plus user base as possible to the next system, although some third-party publishers are said to have expressed concern that legacy support for Switch games could negatively affect sales of next-gen titles. So again, we don't know how this is going to play out. I mean, if it takes cartridges, then I think there's a more likely chance that it's going to be able to be backwards compatible with the Nintendo Switch games than not. I think that's a good chance, personally speaking. But I don't know. Will that happen for sure? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, multiple people are saying that apparently second half of 2024, is that going to be like more like a summer release? Are they going to do something like that, or just wait until, kind of like October, November for, Christmas, holiday kind of season? That's maybe more likely, but one thing's for sure, we're about probably a year out roughly before the next Nintendo console launches, and less than that before it gets announced. It's probably going to get announced at the beginning of 2024, maybe like February, March, April-ish. There's a good chance then. Then again, Nintendo might also wait very last minute and not announce it till like next summer. So, that is also possible. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you hope to see. As I've been mentioning, every time we talk about whatever's to come next for Nintendo, what do you hope to see from the next iteration from Nintendo? For me, like I said, as long as they continue to innovate and create and focus on things that are just fun, that's what I'm all about. Because look, that's what makes Nintendo special and unique, is that they innovate and they try to focus on the fun factor, and I love that about them. Everything is kind of secondary beyond that. Obviously, I'd like to see a little bit more power behind it, but the first things first, they gotta focus on what they've been good at, which is just focusing on innovation and creating a fun experience for players. So anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this one, stick around for more, and I'll see you guys soon in another one. Tell them, friends, game on, and thanks for watching.